Hello, family, friends, and everyone in between. I would just like to say welcome. I haven't been on Facebook Live in years, in a very long time, but I am back. Facebook, Instagram Live in a very long time, but I am back. And I have special news, special guest today. I am going to be doing a live interview. A live interview, and this is going to be my first of many, but you guys, you got to stay with me, please, because I literally just got home from work, okay? I'm trying to get the mood right, because, I work today, and I this is going to be my first Instagram Live, Everyday Hero show, and I'm super excited, because you guys know, I've tried to have as many human beings on the show as humanly possible, but it's really hard to do so when people live across the world from you, across the country from you. So this Instagram Live is like the greatest thing in between. Number one, because you get to talk to whoever. And number two, they have this thing where you can request people to join. Today we have a special guest. I think she's going to be joining soon whenever she decides she is ready. But until she does come on, I do want to talk to you about me, especially because I am wonderful. Oh wait, so she's about to join. So let me let her join. Hold your horses, and thank you guys for joining. That's huge. So I do appreciate you.
You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living. That is to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Hey. I'm just connecting.
Awesome.
Hello. How are ya?
Hi.
Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Let's get the formalities out the way, because I just know you off of your Instagram, and that's literally how this is happening. Number one. So LaceyMagen, is that your name?
Yes.
LaceyMagen, welcome to the Everyday Hero show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be talking with you. Wait, so I want to hear some more about yourself. You were getting ready to introduce yourself, and then I interrupted by joining. So tell us about you. Who are you? Okay. You're a nurse, right?
So yes, I've been a nurse for 2 years.
Nice.
And I just actually, tomorrow is my last day of orientation at my first hospital job. So I'm kind of the shit, JK. It's just been a whole lot of great things happening to me.
Cool.
And I'm in a really good situation. I love nursing. I love what I do. Used to work at a rehab. At the rehab was stroke brain injury. Now I'm working at a hospital, cardiac unit, tele. I know how to read my strips. It's a really good feeling.
Awesome.
I don't know where I'm taking my nursing career, but that's just me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like we have some similarities. I'm also a cardiac / tele nurse in a critical care setting. So that's awesome. How are you? What were you doing before that?
Yeah. So like I said, I've only been a nurse for 2 years. Before cardiac tele, I was at the rehab and we did brain injury and stroke. But let's do this right. So my name is Swadik Mayanja, and for those who don't know, this is the Everyday Hero show. And the Everyday Hero show, I bring on people in my life or people in your life that makes us smile, but they do not get the credit they deserve. And I, to the core of me, believe that more so than anyone, more so than any profession out there, nurses are superheroes. Nurses do heroic shit every single day, 24/7, and that's what they do. So, Lacey, welcome. All right, so let's start. I want the origin story, not about nursing, not about tele. I want to know, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? And then tell me why nursing.
All right. So I live in New Jersey currently. I am from Virginia.
Wait, time out. You live in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you're a Jets fan?
No.
Oh, good God. Thank you, Lord. I was a little nervous. We might have had to end this interview early, but
no, not a Jets fan or a Giants fan.
Okay. So yes, born in New Jersey. Sorry, you're living there now.
So no, I was actually born in Virginia, and I moved to New Jersey about 5 years ago to teach. So my first degree was in biology and chemistry,
Okay.
And I decided that I was going to take on teaching. It was my first job. I thought it was something I could handle. I didn't really know if I wanted to go into healthcare. And I taught in Newark, New Jersey, and I signed a contract to teach for 2 years, and I did. And then I quit, and I went back to school to get my BSN in nursing.
Okay. So
that
nursing is your second degree. Second career.
It's my second career. Yeah.
Okay. Good choice. Good decision.
Yeah. So I did an accelerated BSN program, which I didn't even know was an option until I applied. So if you already have a degree and you're thinking about switching careers,
yeah,
you can do it kind of the fast track way. It wasn't easy, but it's also not impossible. You do have to have prereqs and everything for it, but I did that at Rutgers University, and then now I'm working on a tele unit in the hospital, and I have been there since last May.
Nurses.
Yeah.
Go tele nurses. Okay, so you said after you got your degree, you started going into tele. Was tele your choice when you were going through nursing? Did you know cardiac is going to be my thing? And just to all the people that are just writing comments, hello, I do see you, Lauren. Eyes on the prize. We are going to have you have some conversation, but we just want to get a base foundation of my girl, Lacey here first. So, did you always know tele was going to be your thing, or was it like, how did you end up in tele? Was it an accident, your first job, and you decided to stay? Why tele, and how did that happen?
So originally I wanted to do labor and delivery, and then I got into school and realized very, very quickly I did not want to do that. For me, I just wanted a little bit more than labor and delivery. And you'll see, for those of you that are in nursing school, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. The labor and delivery nurses are awesome, but I kind of fell into tele. I was offered a position at one of the best hospitals in New Jersey for cardiac health, and I decided to take it because the specific floor was a really good floor. We've won a couple of awards. Well, I can't even say I can't take part of that yet, but
you're part of it. Definitely part of it.
The past 2 years, they've won really awesome accolades. So I decided to take that on. And so far, I have learned so much more than I ever thought I was going to in my first job. I knew I was going to learn a lot, but I just was kind of shocked when I got to the floor, as I'm sure you are, when you're like,
oh, definitely,
all of the things that you need to know and that you can learn.
Yeah, it's not even a question. So, like I said, I came from a rehab, and at the rehab, like, I thought I was a nurse. I thought I knew my shit. Like, I was like, look at me. Like, I'm doing things. Oh no. I had no idea. There's so much when it comes to cardiac. There's so much. I mean, the heart is the soul. It's everything. So it's a lot. Okay. All right. You came from being a teacher to being a nurse.
Yep.
If two professions out there that don't get the credit that they deserve, it's being a teacher and it's being a nurse. I would say even more so teachers, because I don't know, teachers just, why did you leave teaching? What was the, like, oh shit, I can't continue to do this? Was it just the people you were teaching? Do you think if you went somewhere else, you would have been a better teacher and it could have lasted longer? Why quit teaching and decide nursing?
So it wasn't the people, it was the profession, 100%. Exactly what you said. It's totally undervalued. And in our society, people don't look at teachers as, they're not as respected as other professions. That was really hard. But also, it was a struggle because I just never felt satisfied. I never felt like my work was fulfilling. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't know if I helped anyone. I didn't know if anyone was actually learning from me, if my students were actually learning from me. And then I would go home and I would have to grade papers and lesson plan and take my job with me. And I had phone calls with my kids after work because a lot of them struggled a lot.
Wait, that's phone calls with your students.
Yes.
Good, Lacey. Clap it up for Lacey, please, and thank you. Good for you.
Thanks.
Talk about going the extra mile. Phone call with your students. Good for you.
They have tough lives. Like, they live hard lives.
What did you teach in what grade?
7th and 8th grade science.
Okay, so science into nursing kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of. So do you feel right now as a nurse you get some more? Do you feel like what you're doing is actually helping people? Like, do you get the acknowledgement as a nurse?
Maybe not necessarily the acknowledgement, but you can internalize it easier. You can say, like, I watched this person get better in front of my eyes. Teaching, it's a longer game. And
Oh yeah,
you
and you don't
have
get to see the end.
Right. You don't. And I mean, I still have students that will contact me now and say thank you and everything, but it's just not for everyone. It's a calling, just like nursing is a calling. So I'm glad that I was able to get into the right place and I didn't come complacent and just stay where I was.
Oh, I respect that like 1,000%. I really do.
Thank you.
Okay, so so we talked a little bit about your professional career. Okay, now I want to get into your not personal, but your personal life. This is Instagram, right? This is Instagram. Half of your pictures on Instagram. Can I just say, Lacey, you look good, Lacey. You look good, girl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I see you running. I see you at the gym. I see you doing push-ups, squats. You eat healthier than I could ever imagine to eat, okay? So have you always been a health nut? Was sports, athletics always a part of your life? Or was this something that happened later? Why so healthy and how?
It's a loaded question.
Oh, yeah.
So I was a long distance runner all through middle school, high school, college. And then when I moved to New Jersey, I moved by myself to teach. So I didn't have any friends or family up in New Jersey. And I really struggled because I also didn't have my cross country team with me. I didn't have a coach or anything like that. So I actually started having really bad anxiety. And I went to a physician, I went to a psychiatrist, and they told me it was because I was not exercising and eating like I had been my whole life practically. And it all kind of started to click once I got into nursing school and started seeing patients that were so ill because of lifestyle choices that they had made.
My God. I mean, that's the core of everything. But yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. So from there, from my experience with my anxiety, even through nursing school, through, hard tests or through hard situations with my students, and from seeing my patients, I decided that I wanted to take on a healthier lifestyle and share my journey with people on Instagram as a nurse. A lot of times I get excuses, or I see excuses or hear excuses from nurses that they're too busy to be healthy and work on themselves. And to me, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you, it's a little hypocritical, right? Like, how can you teach a patient and talk to a patient about their health if you don't abide by those same?
The answer is coming from a nurse that does it every day is you just do, right? So I'm not the most unhealthy human being, but I'm definitely not I'm not super healthy, right? So I'm like right in the middle. I eat, I go on my binges, like I do that bad stuff, but I also do go to the gym. I love the gym. It's like a part of me. I did 3 sports in high school. But you said, so your Instagram was seriously, so when you started your Instagram, your main focus, your main goal was like, I want to live the life I teach my patients to live.
Absolutely.
So when was this when you really, I'm sorry, 1 second. When was this when you really decided to start the Instagram and like grow as a healthy nurse?
June of 2016 is when it really all began. That's when it started. And I started talking to other people about it and helping other people. At that time, it wasn't really nurses, but now I'm more focused on working with healthcare professionals.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you do work specifically with healthcare professionals. And I do want you to plug away, because so for people who are watching this, number one, I am going to put this, so for the next 24 hours, it's going to be part of my story. And then number two, this is going to be just another Everyday Hero show. It's going to be on YouTube, make some clips on Facebook, and then some shorter clips on Instagram. So people, you're all going to see this and shorter clips of this entire thing. So when you started your Instagram, it was for specifically healthcare providers, but now it's everybody, right? Now
other way around.
Oh, so it was for everybody. Now it's specifically for healthcare providers.
Yes.
You're blowing up. You're over. How many followers do you have on Instagram? Like 10,000. What's the number?
I think it's around 14,000.
Excuse me. No disrespect. No disrespect. It's impressive. It really is
Thank
impressive.
you.
Good for you. No, really.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
the reason I reached out to you, the reason I was like, please come on the show, because you actually, like, it's one thing when you see someone put up a nice quote, or you see someone put up a nice picture. You see someone's story and they're at the gym the first time that entire year. But when it's like every day, all day, every day, all day, she's at work, she's at the gym, she's at work, she's at the gym, she's eating carrots. I'm like, she's doing it. She's actually doing it. And that's why it's super important, right? So I call you an everyday hero, and I do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Specifically to that, what do you tell other healthcare providers? What do you tell people in general? How do you do it? How do you stay healthy with the crazy nursing schedule that God knows we both understand?
Right. So there's a couple ways. Number one, I think positive mindset matters so much. And it matters for everything, not just being healthy and fit, but for your own mental sanity and stability when you are dealing with hard situations with patients. So stay positive. If you want to feel your best, then be positive about it. And instead of saying and having that negative attitude of like, oh, I can't, I work way too hard, just try to be positive. Like, yeah, you work really hard. You're an awesome person. There's no reason why you can't take care of yourself too. And then my next, I guess, the biggest thing that I do beyond positivity that really helps me is planning. So I plan everything. I plan when I'm going to eat. I have alarms that go off every 2 to 3 hours. I plan
even at work.
Even at work.
Good for you.
Yep. And it honestly, it doesn't always work out. I mean, hello. Of
course. I know. Yeah. I know it doesn't, but yeah.
But I try. So that's what matters.
Yes.
And then I plan when I sleep. I plan when I'm going to do my fitness business and work with my clients specifically. So I plan. And I think having a plan is the key to success. Like, you had a plan to get into nursing school. You had a plan to study for the NCLEX. Have a plan for your work week.
I absolutely love it, because for me, like, I have these, like, I'll go a month hardcore, like I'm like in it, like I'm in the zone. And when I say I'm in the zone, not like personally just in the zone, like doing well at work, doing well at school, doing well, in the gym, but like I'm in the zone for everything all at once. And then I'll have like an entire month of being like the exact opposite, where it's just Netflix, going to work, back at Netflix, eating some like cheesecake. It's horrible, right? So, and I do want to say, because I'm going to push back just a little bit, because Lacey, you could take it. It's easier when you look like LaceyMagen, right? If you look that good, it's easy to say, I want to continue looking that good, right? I'm just devil's advocate.
No,
People
you're fine.
See your Instagram and say, oh, yeah, of course she can say be positive. Well, look at her. She's, doing all these great things. Like, where people that are not in your situation, or your situation that you've been in, how do you get out of the rut?
You mean people that aren't already in shape or healthy?
No. Sure, people that are not into shape, but like what I was saying, when I'm in that rut, that month of a rut, right? When I'm like not doing well in anything aspect of my life, what do you do to get out of that rut when you're not thinking positive and it's all negative? What things do you put around you to help you get out of that?
So first of all, the people around you. Are there people that are sucking the life out of you and talking to you about how terrible life is? Because that's not going to help you. And that's something that I think is really hard, is to evaluate the people around you and say, are they a positive influence in my life? Are they someone that's making me feel better about who I am? So I think that's one way that I get out of it, is I have a very supportive husband. But a lot of it is also internal, and being reflective and thinking about, okay, why did I have a bad shift last night? And that's my most frequent story. So I have been having horrific shifts at work. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to quit, or I need a different floor, or I'm having a hard time, I'm done with this, I try to pull out the positive, number one, out of every situation, which is probably not what you want to hear. And it probably is a cliche thing, but it's real. It's cliche because it's true.
It's true.
Yeah. The more that you sit there and you think of those things that were good that happened to you, and you harp on those things instead of the bad that happened to you in that month or in that rut, the more likely you are to get out of it. So I think focusing on your great attributes and the things that you do give to the world and not the negatives.
I love that because I think I do that, but like accidentally, right? So like when I'm in my rut, I'll be having a shitty day, a shitty month, right? And then I'll have a really good day at work. Like one of my patients will be like, Q, you know what? It was fucking awesome having you as a nurse. You did your shit. Like I feel better because you're here. And I'll be like, oh my God, I'm a good nurse. And then from there I'll go upwards, right? Or I'll go to the gym randomly, right? And I'll have a great workout and I'll feel better. And I'll be like, I'll go up from there, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, a lot of the times it happens accidentally. But if you can actually, if there's a process to going from feeling bad to being positive, it's definitely helpful.
Definitely. And I think, you know, like you said, exercising, thinking of things that make you happy when you're in a rut. Like if watching a couple episodes of Grey's Anatomy makes you happy, do that. If writing positive affirmations make you happy, do that. You know, whatever it is, that going on a hike, everyone has their thing. So I think recognizing when you're upset and then self-correcting, and it takes practice and time, but if you care about it, you can do it.
Lacey, first of all, it's after my shift. It's 8 p.m. Almost 9 p.m. at night. I truly, I know you're busy as goddamn. I truly appreciate this. So I want to give this last minute, 2 minutes, however long you can. I want you to plug the goddamn away. Tell us where we can find you. Obviously, your Instagram, that's number one. But everywhere else, your websites, your blogs, your vlogs, anything you're doing that you want people to chase, please let us know. I'm going to spread it throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. I literally just DMs, straight up, went into her DMs, and I was like, you're a super cool human being. You look like a great nurse. I need to talk to you. And she was like, sure. So please, Lacey, do your thing.
Okay. So my Instagram's LaceyMagen, website, LaceyMagenFitness.com. And that's where you can find information on if you want to build an income outside of nursing, or if you want to be a part of one of my groups that I run every single month. I just recently started an Etsy shop called the Night Shift Shop, where we are selling little,
Oh, I think that's exciting. Well, I want to know what we're selling.
Yeah, so we're selling currently right now, the only accessory that we're selling is little badges that we made out of recyclable pharmacy lids. So like the little lids that you pop off of any any medication. Yeah. We're using those to create little badges to put your name badge in. So that is just now open, and we're having a lot of fun with that. And then my Facebook is LaceyMagen Namatula, which is a lot harder to find, but that's my new last name.
Yeah, the word is the links are going to be in the description, the up above, down below, wherever you find the comments, it's going to be there. And then throughout the video, I'll be throwing it up a screen around my face. Lacey, truly, like I said, you're the number one. You're the first Instagram Live interview I've had. I think it went thoroughly well. I appreciate you coming on last minute. It was great. This should be going up on the other socials probably within the next week. Thank you, and have a good night.
You too.